Good morning, children. Let's start our new lesson from the book Moment, that is The Happy Prince. It's a story about a prince who did not know during his lifetime what actually the sorrow was. But when he died, he saw a statue of his was made, and that was standing on a column. From there, his statue was able to see all the miseries, worries, tensions, and you can say the bad things of the city. So it's a story about that happy prince. What does he do to remove all those things? So all these you can say vices from his city. So it's all about that. So let's start our story. The Happy Prince. The Happy Prince was a beautiful statue. The statue of Happy Prince was quite beautiful. He was covered with gold. The whole statue was covered with gold. He had sapphire for the eyes. For the eyes, it had sapphire. Sapphire, blue color stone. And a ruby in his sword. On the top of the sword, there was a red stone that is called ruby. Why did he want to part with all the gold that he had and his precious stones? The story is about why did he want to give away all his gold and these stones. So let's start our story. High above the city, on a tall column, on a tall stand, from where the whole city was visible, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. There was a statue made by the people of the city, or you can say uh, the people or the lawmakers wanted the statue of the Happy Prince to be stood on a column which was quite high, and from where the whole city was visible. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. His whole body was covered with the, you can say, fine thin leaves of fine gold. For the eyes he had two bright sapphires, and for the eyes he had two sapphires, and with a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. On the handle, on from where we hold the sword, on the sword hilt, there was a red colored big red stone that is known as ruby. One night there flew over the city a little swallow. Swallow is the bird, is a small bird which was flying above the city, flew over the city. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before. The friends of Swallow, they had already flown to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he had stayed behind. But he was left behind. Then he decided to go to Egypt too. And when he was all alone left over there, then he also decided to go to Egypt. All day long he flew. For the whole day he was flying. And at night he arrived at the city. Now at night he arrived at the city of Happy Prince. Where shall I put up? Where shall I stay? Where should I hold? Where should I spend my night? He was thinking. He said, I hope the town has made the preparation. He was talking to himself. Who? The swallow. The swallow bird was talking to himself. I think the city people has made the preparation for my arrival. Then he saw the statue on a tall column. Then he saw the statue of Happy Prince. It was standing on a high column. I will put up there. I will spend my night over there, he cried. It's a fine position with plenty of fresh air. He said, this is the best place for me to spend the night, as I will get plenty of fresh air over there. So he alighted just between the feet of the Happy Prince. So he just stopped his flight between the feet of the Happy Prince. I have a golden bedroom. He was fascinated to see the gold all over the body of the Happy Prince, and he said, wow, it's so good that I am having a golden bedroom. He said softly to himself as he looked around, and he prepared to go to sleep, and he was about to sleep. But just as he was putting his head under his wings, as he was trying to sleep by putting his head under his wings, a large drop of water fell on him. A drop of water fell down on him. What a curious thing. He was surprised, curious, strange. He said, what a strange thing. Curious is strange. He cried, there is not a single cloud in the sky, and the stars are quite clear and bright, yet it's raining. He was strange. It was strange for him to see the weather, and he said it was quite clear. There is not even a single cloud in the sky, and stars are also shining brightly. And why it's raining? Yet it is raining. Then another drop fell. Then he felt another drop of water on his body. What is the use of the statue if he cannot keep me the rain off? If it cannot keep the rain off? Then he said, what is the use of this statue if it cannot save him from rain? I must look for a good chimney pot. Then he started thinking about another place to spend the night. He thought of going to find a chimney pot and determined to fly away. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell, and he looked up and saw. Oh, what did he see? As soon as he was making preparation, he was opening his wings to fly, he felt another drop of water. Now he looked up and he was surprised, aghast to see the third drop of water. The eyes of Happy Prince were filled with tears, and the tears were running down his golden cheeks. From the statue, the tears were running down. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little swallow was filled with pity. His face, the face of the statue, was looking so beautiful in the moonlight. Now, swallow felt pity for the statue. Who are you? He said. He asked the statue, who are you? I am the happy prince. Now, the statue answered that I am happy, I am the happy prince. Why are you weeping then? Asked the swallow. You have quite drenched me. If your name is Happy Prince, then why are you weeping? You have totally drenched me. Drenched means completely wet with water. You have bhigo dena. You have completely drenched me. When I was alive and had a human heart, answered the statue. Now statue started telling him about himself, that when he was alive and had a human heart, I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow is not allowed to enter. He told him that he lived in a palace where the sorrow was not allowed to enter. My courtier called me Happy Prince, and happy indeed I was. He said his courtier gave him the name Happy Prince, and actually, indeed, he was happy. So I lived and so I died. I lived happily and I died happily. And now that I am dead, now I have, after my death, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of my city. Now he's telling that the courtiers, or you can say law persons, have made his statue and put him on such a height that from this height he could see all the misery and the ugliness of his city. Though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. Though my heart is not actual human heart, it is made up of lead, but still I cannot do anything else except weeping on seeing the misery of my people. What? Is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remark. Now, the swallow thought that this statue is not made up of solid gold, or what it is. Far away, continued the statue in a low musical voice. Far away in the little street, there is a poor house. Now he started telling him, Happy Prince, or the statue started telling the swallow about the condition of the people of his city. He said, far away he started in a musical low voice. He said, far away in a little street, I could see a poor house. One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. He said, from this height I could see far away in a street there is a house. That house has an open window, and through that window I could see I can see a woman. He could see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and worn. She is tired with worries and tension, and his face is quite thin, and she has coarse red hands. Coarse means rough. Her hands are red and rough, all pricked by the needle, for she is a seamstress. As she is a seamstress, the one who stitches clothes and does the embroidery, that person is known as a seamstress. Because of the continuous use of the needle, her hands has become coarse and they have turned red. She is embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the queen's maids of honor. She is embroidering flowers. She is making flowers on a gown for the queen's maid of honor to wear at the court ball. In the court ball, there is a ball dance. On that evening, the queen is going to wear that gown. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. In that particular room, her boy is lying on a bed which is on in the corner of the which is on the at the corner of the room. He has a fever and is asking his mother to give him oranges. He is having fever. The child is not well. He is having fever and is asking his mother to buy him the oranges, to give him the oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water. But his mother cannot help it because she has no money to buy oranges. So he is crying. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? Then he requests the happy prince, the statue of the happy prince, requests the swallow to take out the ruby from his sword hilt and give it to that lady. My feet are fastened to this pedestal and I cannot move. He said, my feet are just fixed with the stand. I cannot move. Fastened means just fixed. So I cannot move. So you have to do this work for me. I am waited in Egypt, said the swallow. Swallow said, sorry, I cannot do this work as my friends have gone to Egypt and they are waiting for me over there. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep. He said, I have to hurry because my friends are flying across the Nile river. They are talking to the large lotus flowers and soon they will sleep. The prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. Now, prince or the statue requested the swallow bird to be his messenger and stay with him for one night. The boy is so thirsty and the mother is so sad, he said. He told him that the boy is really thirsty and the mother is feeling very sad for the boy. I don't think I like boys, answered the swallow. I want to go to Egypt. But the swallow in return replied that he does not like boys and he wants to go to Egypt. But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. But the happy prince, on getting the answer, the happy prince became sad and the swallow was sorry. It is very cold here, he said, but he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. But seeing his sadness, Swallow agreed to be his messenger and stay with him for one night. Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. Now, prince thanked swallow. The swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. Now, the bird was flying across the town with the ruby in his beak. He passed by the cathedral town where the white marble angels were sculptured. He passed cathedral tower, means the tower of the church, where on the tower of the church, white marble angels, the sculpture of angels were made with the help of white marble. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out of the balcony with her lover. Now, while the swallow is moving or passing across the city, passing or flying over the city, he is seeing all these things. I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball, she said. I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstresses are so lazy. The lady or the girl who came out of the balcony, she was talking to her lover and she said, I hope her dress would be ready on time for the ball, and she has ordered the seamstress to embroidered the flowers on it. He passed over the river and saw the lantern hanging on the mast of the ship. He also saw the lanterns hanging on the mast of the ships. At last, he came to the poor woman's house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed, and the mother had fallen asleep. The boy could not sleep. He was restless because of the fever. He was not able to sleep well. He was tossing on the bed. Tossing on means moving this side and turning sides. He was turning sides. And the mother was fallen asleep because she was too tired. In he hoped, and in the room he jumped and laid the great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble, beside the woman's embroidery frame. Thimble is the embroidery frame. The swallow bird kept the ruby. Then he flew gently round the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. Then he gently flew around the bed and he fanned with his wings How cool I feel, said the boy. As the boy was little unconscious, he said, I feel good now, I feel cool now, I must be getting better. And he sank into a delicious slumber. Slumber is a sleep. Then he sank into a deep sleep. Delicious slumber means deep sleep. Then the swallow flew back to Happy Prince. Then the swallow bird came back to Happy Prince and told him what he had done, and it told him the whole what he had done, whole episode. It is curious, he remarked. It's strange, he said, but I feel quite warm now, although it is cold. He said, after doing this deed, I am feeling good. I am feeling warm, though it is cold outside, but I am feeling cold. This is beauty because you have done a good action, said the prince. The prince said, you are feeling warm because you have done a good action. And the little swallow began to think and then fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. When the day broke, he flew down to river, had a bath, and tonight I go to Egypt, said the swallow. And he was in high spirits at the prospect. He was very happy on having the thought that he is going to Egypt to his friends. He visited all the monuments and sat a long time on the top of church steeple. On the church steeple, steeple is a long, you can say, what to tell you, thin, long, a column made which is thin and long. He sat on that for a long time. When the moon rose, at the time of evening time, he flew back to Happy Prince. He again came back to Happy Prince. Have you any commissions for Egypt? He cried. Do you want to give any message, or do you have any work in Egypt? He cried, I am just starting. I am just about to leave. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you stay with me one night longer? Now again the prince requested him to be there for one more night. Far away across the city, I see a young man in a garret, in a small room which is above the staircase. There is a small room. I could see a young man. He is leaning over his desk covered with paper. He is leaning over the desk which is covered. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you stay with me one night longer? He again requested him, or the swallow, to be with him for one more night. Swallow, swallow, little swallow. Sorry, this we had done, I think. I see a young man in the garret. He is leaning over the desk with the paper in the glass, and in the glass by his side there is a bunch of withered violets. He told him that from the height he could see a young man who is leaning or bending over a desk which is covered with papers, and by his side there is a glass in which there are a bunch of withered violet colored flowers. Withered means which have gone dried up. His hair is brown and crisp. His hair are brown and crisp, hard, and his lips are red as a pomegranate, and he has a large and dreamy eyes. His eyes has become red. He is trying to finish the play for the director of the theater. He is trying to write a play for the director of theater, but it is too cold to write anymore. He is feeling cold. As the weather is cold, he could not write anymore. There is no fire in the grate. In the fireplace, there is no fire. And the hunger has made him faint. And because of hunger, he has fainted. I will wait with you one night longer, said the swallow, who really had a good heart. Now the swallow, who had a really good heart, he agreed to stay with Prince for one more night. He asked if he should take another ruby to the young playwright. He asked, this time again he had to take another ruby. Alas, I have no ruby now. The prince sadly said, I do not have any more ruby. My eyes are that I left. Now my eyes are which are made of stone. Those are left now. They are made up of rare sapphires. They are made up of rare blue color stones, and which were brought out of India thousands of years ago. My eyes are made up of sapphire, a rare sapphire which were brought from India thousands of years ago. He ordered the swallow to pluck one out of those, and then one out of them, and take it to the playwright. He requested the swallow to take out one of the sapphire and take it to the playwright. He will sell it to the jeweler and buy firewood and finish his play, he said. Children, for today That's all. Rest part we'll do next time, children. Thank you.